Hello everybody! This is I Love Create School and my name is Bilik Olga. In this lesson we are going to make such a peony flower bag. I'm going to show you how to make this bag of two kinds of yarn. What is the difference? This one is made of polyester cord. It is macrame from macaroni. For this bag, you will need 3 skeins. It is not big, 27 centimeters approximately in diameter, and it is not wide. You see, this is the bottom. 2 bottoms will be in total about 6 centimeters, so this is only 1/2. Why I haven't made this bag bigger? Because 3 skeins is enough for this side, and each skein is a bit more than 200 grams, so that makes 600 grams plus handles. It would be too heavy if we make it bigger. That's why on this next bag I'll show you how to make this bag from a thinner yarn, how to make it bigger but not heavy. This is a knit shine yarn. It has 100 grams and 230 meters. And it has 2 millimeters width. It is with lyrics or glitter. And this one is bigger. I made more rounds here. This one is about 30 centimeters. And the bottom is, half of the bottom is wider. 4 centimeters plus 4 will be 8. Here handle is bigger as well. What is the main principle? So we make 2 similar halves, 2 rounds, but in this bag we work in 2 threads, but petals in 1 thread. On this bag we work the base in 1 thread and petals in 1 thread too. So let's get started with any one. The main principle is equal. We work in the round, but we work in different patterns. Here I have made in double crochets and this in treble crochets. So let's start with this one. For this bag, I take polyester cord 3 millimeters in width. You'll need 3 skeins, or you can use PP macrame with glitter, metal handles about 11 centimeters in diameter, or you can use any other handles, round or square, metal or wooden. And a fabric for making lining. If the diameter of your bag is 27 centimeters, so you need 30 to 60 centimeters fabric. Our lining will consist of 2 circles as well. So we look in the chart. The chart is attached to this video lesson, and make a magic loop. So, how to make a magic loop? I take my yarn, put it on my fingers like this, twist around 2 times. Now with my hook, make a yarn over, pull this yarn down and up. So now I have a loop on my hook. I shift my fingers, tighten the loop, like this, hold it with my fingers, yarn over, pull through. And now I make one more chain, pull it through the loop. This is our first stitch in the round. And now we make 11 double crochets more. Yarn over, under those threads, pick this yarn, pull it up. Now on the hook I have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. This is our second stitch, double crochet. Again, yarn over, pull the yarn through the yarns we hold with our fingers, up, 3 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 double crochets, and so we go on till we make 11 double crochets. And our 2 chains make 12 stitches. 12 stitches in a round. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 stitches if we count those 2 first chains. Now we need to join in the round. For this I take this free end and pull it tight. So now we get the first round, and there is no hole here. Insert the hook in the first, here, straight after the first 2 chains, pull the yarn through them and through the loop on our hook. Make a slip stitch. Now we start the second round. For this I make 2 chains. And now we make 2 double crochets in every loop. Yarn over. But you see, we work only in the back loop. Like this. The back loop, and the second loop behind it, so that our loop on the foreground stays as it is. This is 1 double crochet and the second double crochet in the same loop. Like this, in every stitch we make 2 double crochets. Now I have made 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here we have 11 pairs of 2 double crochets in one, and here we need to make one more because those 2 chains are like one stitch. I'll show you how we make it. Insert the hook behind this loop, pull the yarn, pull through and pull through. This will be our second double crochet in the 12th pair. So in total we have 24 stitches in this round, and we start the third round. We make a slip stitch in the first and pull through the loop on the hook. Make 2 chains. So we start the third round. This is our first stitch. Increases are going in every other stitch. So in every other stitch we make 2 double crochets in one. This is one stitch. Then in the next loop we make an increase. We start crocheting here, because here we have already made a slip stitch. See? Here we do not start. We start in the next. Here. Here I make 2 double crochets in one. Then 1 double crochet. Again, 2 double crochets in one. And so alternate till the end of the round. Now I have nearly finished my third round, and I made 11 pairs. Last 12th pair, 1 and 2. 2 double crochets in one, last in this round. And we join in the round. Make 2 chains and start the 4th round. On the 4th round we make 1, 2 double crochet, and now we make an increase. 2 double crochets in one. One double crochet, 1 double crochet, and 2 double crochets in one. One, and 2 double crochets in one. And so till the end of this round. Now I have made 11 wrappers, And again I make 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and 2 double crochets in 1 in this loop. Now I join in the round and start the next one. In the next round we'll have 3 double crochets and an increase, 2 double crochets in 1. So this will be my first, second double crochet, then 1 more double crochet and an increase. Don't forget that we work in the back loop, so that our front loop is here on the right side. We need these loops when we attach our petals. It's very important. And an increase, 2 double crochets in 1, so till the end of this round. I make the last increase and join in the round. Now we have made, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. In total we have 9 rounds. We work them just likewise. Then we have 2 double crochets and an increase, 4 double crochets and an increase, 5 double crochets and an increase. Each time we make this number bigger. And in the 9th round we have 7 double crochets and an increase. So now I have made 9 rounds working in double crochets. Now we have to make 1 more round without increases in half double crochets and to attach our handle. We'll use single crochets to attach the handle. First, I make 12 half double crochets. First 2 chains, of course. Now I go on working in back loop, but now here I'll show you from the beginning. I make a yarn over, insert the hook, pull the yarn, and I have 3 loops on my hook. And I make a yarn over and pull the yarn through all 3 loops at once. This is a half double crochet. Again, yarn over, pull the yarn over, and pull the yarn through all 3 loops. So we make 12 half double crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now I take my handle My working thread is behind it. A hook is in front, so I work like this. I work in both loops like this, under the handle, pull the yarn around the handle so that this yarn lies here, see? And pull it on the right side. I make a yarn over and pull through those two loops, thus making single crochet. So you see we work around the handle at once. Insert the hook, yarn over, and pull through. Here you need to work very tight so that your handle stays in place. So we make 17 single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In every loop, 1 single crochet. Now I have made 17 single crochets. I make in the same loop slip stitch, and you see we finish working around the handle and go on working half double crochets in every loop without any increases. And so we work till the end of this round. Here I have joined in the round. Here you see was the last stitch, and I joined in the round. This was the last stitch and joined in the round. With a slip stitch, I make one more slip stitch in the next stitch, and here we'll start working on the sides, this one. We'll work in single crochets. So now I make a chain, turn my work, and work 68 single crochets. So this is the first one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make 68. Work tight, don't let the yarn stretch. So now I have made 68 single crochets, not counting first chain, from this point till this. So besides, here on the both sides of our handle we have 10 stitches on left and 10 stitches on the right. We need them to open our bag. So our sides will be here. Like this, we work 3 rounds more. So in total we'll have 4 rounds. We start with the second loop, so skip 1 and work 68 single crochets. Then turn your work and work again 68 single crochets, 4 rows in total, working back and forth. Now I have made 4 rounds, 4 rows back and forth. And now we start the most interesting part of our lesson, that is the petals. So you see, this is the base, and here you should cut the end, but on one part you leave an end to sew the parts together then. I leave this long end to sew my two base parts together. So on one part you cut it, on the next you do not cut it. But we're going to do this later when we have already made all the petals. So now I'll just make a free knot and start working on the petals. And we work in every other row. In the next bag, we'll work in every row, but there we're going to work in 2 threads and only in 1 thread petals. But here we need to work in every other row. Because if we work in every row, it will be too dense. I think the density is enough here. So we work in the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th and 9th rows. So we'll have 5 rounds of petals, like this. So we start with the first round. I take my yarn and insert the hook in one of the loops, one of the front loops we can see on the right side. I make a loop like this, yarn over, pull through, and make 3 chains. I hold the end with my fingers. So 3 chains. This end we can put on the wrong side and there fix it then. Now we work in double crochets in the same loop, 3 more double crochets. 2, 3. Now in the next loop, again 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Again in the next loop, 3 double crochets in 1, 2, 3. Now I make 2 chains, turn my work and Work back and forth. I work 2 double crochets in one. Here we already have 1 stitch. Now I make 1. In the next, I make 2 double crochets. And so on, 2 double crochets in each. At the end of this row, we have, you see, counting the first one, here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of double crochets, and the 10th pair we work here. Now we have to adjust this petal in second. One we skip 1 and make a slip stitch in the second. One petal is ready. Now I turn the work and, starting with the second loop, work in every stitch 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet in every stitch till the end of this row. So I get 20 stitches, 20 single crochets. And now we need to adjust the petal on this side. So I insert the hook in the second loop. 1 I skip, in the second or even in the third. In this row we don't have many loops, and we need to make 3 petals as well. I'll insert it in the next loop without skipping as before, and start working on the second petal. 2 chains, 3 double crochets in every loop. Two chains, turn the work, 2 double crochets in every loop. Now we need to attach this end here before the first petal. Here you need to find the place where the last part of the first petal was. Here we find this one loop. We attach our next petal too, like this, with a single crochet. Turn the work and work single crochets till the end of this row. And on this side we need to attach in the next loop. So this was our last. We do not skip, but attach in the next loop. Make 3 chains and work on the next petal likewise. First row is 3 double crochets in every loop. You see here we have only 2 left. Then I turn the work, make 2 chains and work the second row. That is 2 double crochets in every stitch. Second row finished. Last one, last pair of double crochets, and we need to attach it at the end of a previous petal, before the petal, like this, with a single crochet. Turn the work and work single crochets in every stitch. And on this side we need to attach this last petal behind the first one, behind the first petal, so that they interlap. With the one single crochet here. Now let's have a look. Our first row is ready. Here we have 3 petals, like this, like a rosebud. And now we start the second round. You see, here we need to skip 1 round, so that this we skip and start with the second. We can either cut the yarn each time and start anew, or working slip stitches, we can just go up like this with this yarn. When you make all the petals, this seam won't be seen at all. So it's okay here, without cutting the thread. And I start the second round of petals. So now I'm working in the third round of the base. I have made 3 chains, and just like before, I make the petals. Now 2 rows are ready. Now I adjust it. In the third, I skip 2 and adjust it in the third. And turn the work again, working now till the end of this row. I've finished single crochet row. Again, skip 2 and in the third loop I attach this petal. So like this, every time in this row you skip 2 stitches, 2 loops, and insert the hook in the third to adjust the petal. And we work the next petal in this round. So we make 3 chains. Now I have made the second round. In this row we'll have 7 petals. Now I'm going to make the 7th. Here the number of stitches is equal. So I insert the hook in the third loop every petal. Here the number was divided by 3, but it may be that at the end you have not 3 but 2 or 4. In this case, you can skip 1 or 2 loops, so that in the end you have the number of stitches you require for your petal. It isn't very important that in every round you have an equal number of stitches you skip or the equal number of stitches for one petal, because when there are so many petals and they all are shifted, it won't be seen anyhow. So if you see there is any problem, you can shift those petals right or left. I'm working now on the 7th petal. Now it's ready, and I have to fix it, attach it behind the first petal. The last one we attach behind. So now the 2 rounds are ready. Look, it already looks nice, even when this rose is like this, just in the center. And here, as we work in every other row, we have 3 more rounds to make. Now, with the slip stitches, we skip 1 round and start working in the second one. I make 3 chains and go on. Now, if you are working with a polyester cord, I'll show you how to attach one cord to another. For this we need a candle. I place 2 ends 2 seconds on the flame and like this connect them. While it is still hot, I rub them together with my fingers. Now you see I burned it a little bit, so you need to hold it just 1-2 seconds. And it holds well. Now I have worked my half of a round base, and here I have already attached the handle. now we make the second half just like this. But before this, of course, we have to hide these ends on the wrong side. I recommend to sew this free end or to burn it with a flame. Because when you are making a knot in this cord, it's not 100% that it will never come off. So I prefer to burn it a bit with a flame using a candle. Now 2 halves are ready. And now we need to attach them to each other, to sew them together. But before, we need to measure the diameter of the bag for the lining. So I take my measuring tape like this, from the side through the center. I have 26 centimeters. The height is 24. Because here we have the side and on the upper side we don't have it. But we're going to fold the lining here, so I take the bigger measurement, 26. And of course I add 2 centimeters for seam allowance. So we need 28 centimeters in diameter for the lining. And now we start sewing 2 halves together. So here on one side I have a long end, on the other side I have a short end. This one we can hide and fix it with a candle. So I cut it like this and fix. See? Now it will stay in place for sure. So I place 2 sides together, take this longer end, insert my hook in the loop I still have here, and by holding them like this, I hold the yarn inside, I insert the hook. First I insert the hook here in the upper loop and pull the loop I have on this side, because we need it on the upper side. Like this, if your loop is on the bottom side, if your loop is on the upper side, then vice versa. So you need your loop to be on the upper half. So now I insert the hook in the back loop here and back loop here, and make a yarn over, pull the cord through. And through the loop on my hook. Ready. And now we go on working like this in slip stitches. First in the back loop here, then in the back loop here, yarn over and pull through. And like this, go till the end of this round. So here we'll have a nice seam, a nice braid that won't look like a seam at all. When you work, you should make the loops tight so that our cord wouldn't stretch and relax the seam. When we are using another cord for this bag, we sew the halves just like this. It makes no difference what cord you are using. Don't hurry, it's a long time task, but it's worth it. Now I have nearly finished sewing it together. Make the last 2 stitches. So now I pull this cord, cut it, and hide on the wrong side. Cut it and fix it using cigar lighter. So now our bag is ready. It is round and it has these sides here rather wide. I think it's kind of mini shopper. and you can put a lot in it. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can make petals only on one side or on both sides. I think that it looks well even on big sizes. Now I'll show you like this from all sides. And I hope you all succeed in making the same bags. Now we go on and proceed with lining. Lining can be with sides or without them. I think it will be better even to make the lining with sides. And now I want to show you how to make the same bag but using different yarn. Here I'm using macaroni knit and shine. It is 2 millimeters in width. I'm going to make the base in 2 strands and petals in 1 strand. Here there are more rounds of petals because this yarn is lighter and we can make it bigger and more petals, but not making it heavier. Here I work in treble crochets instead of double crochets. According to the rules, when we are working with treble crochets, we need to make 18 stitches in the round, but I made 16. When you start, it will look like a basket like this, but don't worry, we'll make it flat. Why I decided to make 16? When you have 18, then you have too many spare stitches, too many stitches you do not need in this pattern. So it would be handy to make 16. And you see, my bag is absolutely flat and it doesn't matter that I made 16 instead of 18. So let's start. I take 2 yarns from 2 skeins, one working end from one skein and the next one from the other. I make a magic loop, twist it around my fingers like this, put the hook inside and pull the loop like this. Now I hold these ends and my working thread and start working. First stitch, 2 more chains, we have 3 now, and we make 15 more trebles. How to make a treble crochet? Yarn over, pull the yarn through the magic loop, yarn over. Now you have 4 loops and you pull this loop through 2. 1. Now 3 loops. Yarn over through 2, 2 loops, yarn over through 2, and our treble crochet is ready. So like this, 15 more. First one. Be careful, don't make 1 yarn over instead of 2, if you are used to making 1 yarn over. 1, 2. Don't forget. Two yarn overs through the loop, through 2, and through 3 times. And count how many we have made. If you count this first, then you have 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14, 15, 16. I have made 16 stitches, counting the first 3 chains. Now I tighten this end so that I don't have an inlet in the center, no holes. Now it looks like we need 2 more, but instead we won't have too many petals then. So I join in the round, insert the hook, pull, and make a slip stitch. And start the second round. Make 3 chains. In the second round, we make 2 treble crochets in every stitch. Don't forget 2 yarn overs here in the back loop and the back side of the stitch. See? Here. The front loop is here on the right side. In the same loop, 1 more treble crochet. So we increase number of stitches double. Oh, here. Again, in the next stitch we make 2 treble crochets. And in the same loop, 2 treble crochets in every loop in this round. Here, don't forget, we need to work in the back loops because those front loops we need for attaching our petals. So like this, we go on and we double the number of stitches. We'll have 32 in this round. So now 15 stitches, 15 pairs of stitches are made. 1 is here, so we need to make only 1 to make a pair for the first stitch made of 3 chains in this loop. That will be 16 pairs. And we have 32 stitches in the round. We join in the round and start the third round. There we'll alternate increases in every other stitch. Make 3 chains, and in the next loop here we make 2 treble crochets, because one we have already made. That will be our pattern: 1 treble crochet, 2 treble crochets in 1, 1 treble crochet, 2 treble crochets in 1, and so till the end of the round. Again an increase, 2 treble crochets. Again 1 treble crochet, and alternate with 2 treble crochets in 1. Now I have worked this round till the end. Here I need to make the last increase, a pair of treble crochets. The 16th increase. 1, 2, and now we join in the round, of course. And start the 4th round. 3 chains at the beginning, and we alternate increases in every 3rd, then in every 4th, in every 5th, and so on. 1 stitch is ready. Here we need to make a shift, because we don't want our increases to be one above the other. Here an increase, here. You see, here they come one under the other. That's why we'll make an increase right now here, and the next stitch will be 1 treble crochet. Thus we'll shift and increase 1 stitch to the right. So 2 treble crochets in 1, the first of which was 3 chains, and then 2 treble crochets in every loop, 1 treble crochet in 1 loop, 1 treble crochet in 1 loop, and an increase, 2 treble crochets in 1. And so till the end of this round. Now the 4th round is nearly ready. Here we need to make the last increase and 1 more treble crochet. Because 3 chains at the beginning of this round, we count as 1 treble crochet. Here, between the increases, there are 2 treble crochets. We start the 5th round. In the 5th round, we work increase in every 4th stitch, and we start with an increase. So we make a treble crochet in the same loop we made our chains into. an increase. Now 1 treble crochet, 1 treble crochet, and the 3rd treble crochet. In the 4th, we again make an increase. And so till the end of this round. I have nearly finished this round. Here I need to make 1 more treble crochet and join in the round. And start the 6th. In the 6th round, we make increase in every 5th stitch. So we start with an increase. Make 1 treble crochet in the same loop we made our chains into. Now work 4 treble crochets and an increase in the 5th. 3, 4, and an increase. And so till the end of this round. The 6 rows ready. Here, after an increase, we have 3 treble crochets and the 1st at the beginning. Join in the round. Make 2 chains, only 2, because in the next round we will work with half double crochets. So in every 6th stitch we make an increase. And we make an increase first. Work a half double crochet in the same loop. 2 half double crochets. In total, we need to make 11 half double crochets till we start adjusting the handle. Now 5 half double crochets. 4, 5. That makes 8 in total. And 3 more. 1, 2, that's an increase. And 11th. I take my handle. You see, this is the place where we start attaching the handle. This is distance between our side and the handle. So now we start working around the handle. We work in single crochets, but we also work in the back loop. I take a handle like this, hook is in front, the yarn is behind. I pull this yarn very tight and into the back loop of my stitch. Again, pull this yarn and work a single crochet. Like this, we work around the handle all the time with single crochets. 5. In total, here we need 14 single crochets around the handle. So 10 more. and 14. Let's count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Now we need to work a slip stitch here in the same loop and go on working half double crochets and then increases. So you see, before every increase in the previous round we make an increase. And work till the end of this round. Here I see an increase in the previous round, so before it I make an increase. 2 half double crochets in one. Now when we have finished this round, let's count again. Here we have 10 stitches, and on the 11th we start working the side. Let's count here again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Here I need to come back 1 stitch so that I have 11 as on the other half. Here we need to skip 11 stitches and start working the side. I make a slip stitch and start working now back and forth. I mark 11 stitches here as well and work till this marker. Better count several times. So I place a marker in the 12th stitch, and this will be the last stitch we work in this round. 72 half double crochets we need. Back and forth 2 rounds. I make a chain and start working half double crochets. So I work without any increases till the marker. And here, mind you, I work in both loops, not back loop, but both, as usual. Half double crochet, like this. Here we work back and forth. Now I have made 2 rounds of my side and bottom for the bag. So now I cut the thread on one half and leave a long end on the other half. And we start working petals. Petals here we work in 1 strand, using a hook 3.5 millimeters. So what is the difference of this bag? Here, as we made treble crochets, if we start working petals here, we will make it so the hole here in the center is visible. But see, here it's not invisible. Here I made 2 additional petals. And only then I started working the first round. The first round of petals as usually. So here, in total, I have 5 petals. Now I'll show this you in detail. So I insert the hook here in the 2 loops close to the center. Make a loop, yarn over, and make 3 chains. Hide the end on the wrong side. You can already fix it behind the stitches, like this. And I work in these loops 3 double crochets, 2, 3. Then, oh no, here we work in the other direction. So we're going not clockwise, anti-clockwise. I work 3 stitches, 1, 2, and the third. Now in the next loop somewhere here, very close to the first, work 3 more. 1, 2, 3 double crochets. And 1 more here. We find a loop and make 3 more double crochets. Then turn and work 2 chains. In the first loop, 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochets in every loop till the end of this row. And the last one, in the last loop, 2 double crochets. One, 2. Now I adjust this petal in the center. Find any loop and work a slip stitch. And work back. 1 single crochet in every loop. Now we need to insert the hook in the next loop here. This is already a loop of our first row behind it, and with a slip stitch attach the petal. That is our first central petal, and 4 more like this in the first round. 3 chains, and again work another petal. 3 sections, 3 stitches in each for 1 petal. Everything like before, like I have shown you in a previous bag made of other cord at the beginning of this video. Now I have made 2 rounds of this petal. I need to attach it before the first petal through any loop. But they should overlap. Watch this. Then work back and forth again, single crochets, and skip 1, insert the hook in the next stitch in this round, and start working the next petal, just like before. Attach it here, and next, and so on. Now I have made 5 petals in the center, 2 additional, 1 from center and 4 around it. So now I'll finish the 5th petal. Work the last round of single crochets and attach this petal behind the first, or rather than the first, but the second here. And with the slip stitches I move to the next round. Here that is the second round, as we work in every round. Petals here we work in this bag in every round, so be careful, do not skip those rounds. And we'll have 6 rounds of petals. First 4 I attached petals in every other, and then in every 2 other stitches, so I alternated 1, 2 skips. But on the last 2 rounds I decided that would be too many petals, so I attached in every 2 loops. Here you can control the density of your petals. So here you can choose how you attach your petals, how close they are to each other, and how many there are petals. And so we work in spiral. Now I have finished the second bag. I have sewn it together just like the first one. This one is softer, but if you work it tight, then it holds its form good. I think that they both are beautiful. They are different, of course, but I like them both. And now we'll make lining. So, for lining, we need to measure our bags, that is the diameter of the round, 23 centimeters, and the width 22 centimeters. That I measure without the sides. So the diameter of the round plus 1 centimeter on each side for seam allowance. We need the rounds 24 centimeters in diameter. And now I'll measure my side. Eight, and the length of the bottom and side walls, I measure right hand side. It's difficult to show you. "43 centimeters. So we need 8 to 43 centimeters plus 1 centimeter allowance on each side, 10 to 45 centimeters. I have cut the fabric 2 circles according to the diameter and these long side and bottom. Now we need to sew this all together before we start sewing it into the bag. But as we have the rounds, when we attach circle to the rectangular, we get small wrinkles. So we need to find where we start this side. I'll insert my fabric into the bag like this. Like it's gonna be. Here I see where my side should start and the side of my lining as well. So I take a sewing pins and mark these places. The place where I start sewing the side lining in. And don't forget about the seam allowance. I place pins on both sides. And like this, I mark the next one. And here. And now we need to sew these together. Here I'll leave 1 centimeter for seam allowance and I take with a sewing pin and put it in place, here and here on both sides. Leave 1 centimeter for seam allowance and put a sewing pin. So now I can place the middle here, the middle here, put them together, face to face, so that even if we have any wrinkles here and we have them on the round, they will be homogeneous, they will be even on the whole perimeter of the round. And like this on the other side. One half is ready. Now I do just the same with the other one. First on one side, on the next side, in the middle, and along the whole perimeter. And then we sew this all using sewing machine, or you can sew this with a back stitch by hand if you don't have a sewing machine. And then we sew this together into a bag with the back stitch. And on this side, just likewise. Check whether your wrinkles are approximately equal. Now I'm ready to start sewing with a sewing machine. Like this. I have made my lining, I have sewn it in my sewing machine. You can now start sewing it into the bag. Insert it inside like this, and with the sewing pins, don't forget to fold here seam allowance, 1 centimeter here. Place it on the side and pin it with the sewing pins. Now we need to place the round part. Here, the most essential part is here. Under the handle, we fold it like this and pin in place. Fold here, following the contour of the bag. Place many pins because that will make your sewing easier. Likewise on the other side. And the last one here under the handle. So now all the pins are in place. We take a needle and a thread in matching color or a transparent thread. So I start here on the side. I fix the thread here. I sew using back stitch 2 to 3 millimeters from upper ridge and sew by hand with small stitches. You should try to make your stitches equal. Then it looks very nice. It looks like this. I think the seam is almost invisible. And so we go along the whole perimeter of the bag. So our bag is ready. I have already sewn in the lining. It looks so nice. I'm sure that your bags are even better than my own. I wish you all luck and inspiration. Thank you for choosing my video lessons. And see you in our new lessons. Bye!